So I go through a lot of these comments and I try to respond to as many as possible, but there's a couple misconceptions or inconceived notions that I actually want to talk about that people seem to believe whatever they read on the internet, and I want to talk about them. So, number one is this brand sucks. Now, this is not necessarily just towards Anioke. This could be Ihora. You pick a brand, Wired, eSales, no matter what it is, a lot of these come from the same friggin' warehouse, okay? When you're making X amount of products, whether it is a rim, whether it is a motor, there is a quality assurance thing. And as many as you may hear so many people complain about Anioke or Ihora or any other bike, those are the people that had bad things that happened with their bike. You don't hear the positive things. So automatically you're like, this brand is absolutely junk. Now you take me, for example. I love Anioke. I went out and I bought this bike for me. I put those tires on it, did a review right there for that. But I love this. And people are like, yo, this bike sucks. The LCD sucks. It's bad. It's terrible. I read on Reddit. It's no good. The customer service, that'll be one of the things I cover. But again, I don't have those problems. So just because you see one brand where people have issues, don't just stop there, right? It's hard to look at a lot of these reviewers and say, wow, that is a first-hand experience. A lot of these people are reviewers and marketers, so they're not going to tell you all the problems with it. They're also not going to put 10,000 miles on a bike and then claim some warranty problem. You know, every person's going to be different, and how you treat that bike is also going to factor in how that warranty is covered. That's not, no company paid me to say this, okay? This is just common knowledge. Number two, my bike broke down and they don't carry any of the stuff in stock on their website. Do you know how many parts are on this bike? Do you know? You can take a guess. What do you think? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100? Let's go with 100 products. 100 different things, from Allen keys to headrest caps, to spokes, to discs, to calipers. A lot of different things, right? You want them to stock everything? You know where these bikes are made, right? They're made in China. I don't care where the company is. Okay, you might say, oh, there's an Italian company and a pretty-ass butterfly. You might say there's this Italian company and they're made in Italy. Where do you think those products are made? Even your Shimano, SRAM, where do you think that they're made, bro? They're made in China. So yeah, they may not have it in stock. You're right, it sucks. But just like you waited when you did a pre-order on a bike or anything you ordered from somewhere and you had to wait, it's the same thing. So them not having it in stock, I don't expect them. I do expect them to have maybe a motor or an LCD screen. I can see that. But if they don't, I'm not going to get upset about it. Why? Because it's not like they're making you pay for it. Yeah, it's under warranty, so it's free. It factors in the cost. The cost of the stuff that you got it when it was brand new, it worked, right? How you abuse that or how you use that will dictate how long that lasts. For instance, if you take a motor like this and you're sitting on a hill or a slope and you're just fully grinding it, do you know how much you're putting on that motor? So if you destroy that motor from doing that, you want them to cover that? Because you're acting like a fucking idiot? Just gonna put that out there. As much as that may be an issue, the out of stock, I have an Audi, right? I've had Audis for the past 20 years. Do you know how many times I have to order something from a dealership and I have to wait 3 weeks for them to get it from Germany? And where do you think Germany gets it from? China. So while my pieces from Audi are playing checkers, you know, just to get to me, it's still the same thing. Okay, and it's much more expensive than this Anioke. Number three, the customer service sucks. Do me a favor. Right now, if you own an Apple or Samsung, I want you to call Apple on the phone right now and tell me if you get somebody on the phone. Matter of fact, forget it. Call Samsung. Call Google. Matter of fact, try to call anybody and not get rerouted 300 different times and press so many different numbers. Just keep tapping 0 to get a hold of somebody, right? People are spoiled. You want to speak to somebody right now? And I'm right there with you, man. I'm tapping 0 pound 911. I'm hitting everything to try to get to somebody that can at least speak some bit of English to understand what I'm saying, because I have an issue with the product that I bought last week that I still don't have in my hands. But I can never get a hold of somebody. So the fact that there even is a phone number, I can't tell you the last time that I ever called up Audi as a manufacturing plant and said, or Chevy, pick a brand, Ford, and I called up the manufacturing line, was like, yo, what's wrong with your top ends of your valve gaskets on the heads of your engine? What's up with that? You don't get to do that, man. So yeah, you might have customer service, but they're all Facebook. You don't want to use Facebook. Fine, I have email. I don't want to use email. I want to talk to somebody. So you know what? Call your grandmother, talk to her on the phone. Okay, again, it sounds like I'm sticking up a lot for these companies, but I hear these arguments. I don't have that issue. And you might say, well, that's because you're a reviewer. They're gonna be scared of you to do a video. I agree. But guess what? When I reach out to these companies, when I reached out and I bought this, I didn't buy this as a reviewer. I used a different email that is not tied to my account whatsoever. So they don't know me from a hole in the head. And whether or not they saw that Anioki video, I'm sure that they did because I tagged them, but it's not the point. I don't have a problem getting a hold of these people. I've heard people complain about wired customer service. I call them on the phone, instant. So if you have a bike that is on Amazon that was $299 from a company called Jasno or Sashawaki, right? Don't expect to get them on the phone. Try to call Amazon. And look how much money you give Amazon a month. I get it. Customer service is absolutely pinnacle. And just because you don't like what their answer is on the other end doesn't make them bad customer service. The customer is not always right. That is point blank, period. I get it. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, well, I disagree because I'm the customer. Yeah, well, you know what? Open up a business and then you have a little complaint box and see how you go from there. All I'm just saying is a lot of these complaints that people are arguing about, I think should factor in. And you should always factor in a bigger brand, right? Factor in, again, not being paid for this video. Factor in big companies that you know you can reach out to. Go to whatever bike you're looking at, go on their Facebook, okay? And just look at if they have a page. When's the last time they posted? Look at their Instagram. When's the last time they posted? You know, do a little bit of research. Or you could write a comment in the description. And like Fido, that's a company I dealt with. I cannot get a hold of them to save my life. I'm using the email that they marketed me with. I called them, I emailed them, I got nothing, bro. I don't know if the company just disappeared. So it sucks. So keep in mind that if you are buying an e-bike, the support for it, if it's not a big brand, if you're paying $300 for it, you might as well just go buy a new one and spending $100 on a new motor. If you're spending $3,000 on a bike, there damn well be somebody that's going to respond somewhere. Just don't expect it to be on a phone call with somebody in China. If you're really that concerned with customer service, go to a local bike shop where you know that they have Traxxas in stock or a brand that they're actually selling, because then they're probably going to work on it, right? Don't just go off of what you see online and then believing everybody, even me, right? My experience may be different than yours. So go somewhere where you can actually test ride that or try it out. Also, another thing to factor in is you may get a bike and you may not like it. You may open it up and ride it and say, you know what, I want to return this. I don't know if a lot of manufacturers are going to let you ride it and return it. They want you to like not open the box and return it. But then how do you know if you like the bike? However, I've seen complaints about this, that a company is going to charge me money to ship it back. This is tough, man. I don't want to side with the business saying that they should be able to foot the bill. But there should be something in their warranty clause or the refund policy on their website saying, hey, you know, within 14 days, at least in America, you have to do this. Within 14 days, you could return this for a restocking fee of $200. So did you do that research? Because if not, that kind of falls on you. Then you're going to have to pay for it. So I'm not going to really comment on that, whether or not who should actually foot that to return that product. If you would have done enough of research on it to begin with, I'm sure the reasons why you're returning it, someone already covered that somewhere. Also, keep in mind that when you buy a bike like this, most bike shops are not going to work on this. Why? Well, because you're not going to want to spend the money to fix this. Let's just say it's $300 for them to fix it. And then they have to get the parts, which are probably covered under warranty. It's not like Anioki or Ihura, whatever, fit your name of the bike brand in there, is going to give them the money for do it. Like if I had a manufacturer problem with Audi, Audi is going to send the dealership the money for that. That's not going to happen with this. So usually when you're buying bikes like this, it would behoove you to know some type of knowledge on how to swap out a tire, swap out a motor. You know, you need to educate yourself to work on a bike just like this. Just remember, be safe when you're looking for bikes. Look for bigger brands. I know that that sucks, but at least if they have something to stand on and it's a bigger brand, you know they're not going to risk their reputation just because of one bad situation with a customer. Stay beautiful, stay sunny side up.